Hey everyone!
Hello,
Hello.
Carmine.
Thanks so much for your time today.
No problem.
Ron, I'm gonna start with you. Stephen King, when he created Booyah Moon, he actually wondered what a fantasy world created by children would look like, especially because children have, this huge sense of imagination. So I was wondering if you can actually remember a fantasy world that you came up with when you were a child.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've raised a child as well. I mean, I love that idea of, and Dane was talking about that earlier, and he could probably speak on this as well, being freshly involved with young children. But I'm a big fantasy thing, man. I remember creating a whole cloud world with my daughter around jazz. And so,
Ooh,
when I would put her to bed at night, I would put on this Miles Davis track, Sketches of Spain, and then I would create this beautiful cloud in the air, and I would put all these beautiful people that were in her life, her grandmother, me, her mom, and all the people, and that would be on this cloud, and she'd be listening to this Miles thing, and she would just fall right out, man. I mean, like, it was sort of my way of helping her get to bed and feel safe and not scared. So even when I was a kid, I remember, that whole idea of being afraid of the monster in the closet type thing. And that's
right.
how I got the idea from. My mother used to play jazz, really calming Dexter Gordon track, and I would put it on, and somehow I would go into this world that was so soothing. And so even today, I'm a big jazz aficionado because of that. So um, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Yeah.
That's amazing. What about you, Dane?
Well, gosh, Ron, that is amazing, man. That's so cool. I really like that story. I don't have anything that good. Um, Gosh, I always just remember honestly being influenced by movies and what I was watching, and I
Mhm.
think the like sense of like pretend and play for me was so influenced by movies, whether it was like Hook or Dick Tracy or these movies that I was watching as a kid and then wanting to pretend I was in them. And I see the same thing with my daughter, it's she's always playing pretend. Your imagination when you're a kid is just so amazing. And you're
Right.
always imagining things and playing pretend, but I don't remember any like specific worlds I created, but I wish I was in the jazz cloud world. That sounds good.
That's a great one for sure.
Yeah.
So since Booyah Moon, is like a form of it's a beautiful but also dangerous form of escapism in a way. So I was wondering, what do you usually do whenever you want to escape the reality, or do you actually prefer to face it? Maybe Dane, you can start this time.
Um, I mean, like, I guess in a practical sense, I like, will go for a run or like work out. Definitely helps me kind of escape. And I really like golfing, which is like super lame, but it's actually a great escape for me. Like, it's really, when I'm doing that, it's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about anything else. And for me, it's almost like a meditation, just like being on a golf course for 4 hours, and all I'm thinking about is like this shot, then the next shot, then the next shot. And then when it's over, I can come back to real life. But for me, it's actually a pretty great escape.
And Ron, for you?
Well, I still write. I still write poetry. I'm a big fan of that. But I'll go back to the jazz theme. I'm a big jazz aficionado. It takes me out. When I listen to Coltrane or Miles or Charlie Parker, that's my escapism. I'll put on a wax album, really, of a beautiful turntable, and I'll just go. My mind just goes, man. And sometimes, I'll have a pen nearby, and then I'll just like write some poetry. So that's how I usually escape.
Awesome. Ron, Dane, thank you so much for your time today. All the best for your show, and see you next time.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Carmine.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.